It took me 34 years to realize that your brain doesn't really show you reality. It shows you what you expect to see. Our brains tend to anticipate the future based on predictive processing, which means that we never really perceive reality for what it is. For example, siblings can experience the death of a parent, but one may visually take longer to heal. What this doesn't mean is that the person who's moved on quicker simply doesn't care or isn't grieving. We don't see the world as it is. We see it through the filter of our past and our beliefs. Past experience, or life itself, is going to happen to you whether you want it to or not. For example, cancer.org states that we have a 39.9% chance to develop any type of cancer in our lifetime. And yes, you could limit risk factors like being overweight or smoking, but ultimately, environmental factors, genes, and just pure RNG will get you if it's God's will. On the other hand, our belief systems, which simply put are just a structured set of ideas and rules that we use to interpret the world, they're not always as sound as we think. For example, if you were to ask 100 people if they'd return a wallet with $1,000 in it, how many do you think would actually return it in full? Like, if you ask me, genuinely, I'd probably say not many. But how do I know that? What is the sample size of the participants? Like, are they poor? Are they religious? The point is, my answer to that hypothetical question tells me more about my moral compass than anyone else's. Most often, humans are just not objective. Every event is interpreted through our own anecdotal experiences and projected back out to the world as if we know us better than our creator. Now, why this matters is because your attention literally shapes your perception. I think it was Tony Robbins that said, energy flows where attention goes. So, in other words, what you attend to, especially mentally, becomes your experienced reality. For example, if you're looking for threats, you're going to see more threats. And if you look for opportunities, you're going to see more opportunities. This is why the saying, play to the whistle in sports, is like a thing, because no matter what the circumstances may appear like, by redirecting your attention to the positive, you will begin to see opportunities that you otherwise would have missed. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you truly do want to change your life, you have to first focus on how you interpret the world, right? Seeing the world as black or white, good or bad, even if anecdotally it might be true, it's still a net negative to your life. Once you start to focus on the good, you'll begin to see changes in how you respond to the negative. And this will manifest, right, in the actions you take, what opportunities you notice, what risks you avoid or pursue. This is what discernment is. If you believe everyone's evil, then you're going to act, vibrate, and present yourself to the world that reinforces that belief. It is very much a self-fulfilling prophecy. Neuroplasticity suggests that repeated patterns of thought heavily influence how we think. So repeating patterns of thought, whether they're good or bad, it's going to strengthen neural pathways, weaken others, amend emotional responses, shape your habits, and ultimately your identity. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I really hope you like the format of this video. Might do some more. We'll see. Kind of on my own little healing journey this year. So I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I'll talk to you later.